Okay, Google, what's the weather going to be like today?
In the Villages today, it'll be partly cloudy, with a forecasted high of 65 and a low of 41. Right now it's 54 and sunny.
Oh, man, it's cold. Well, here it is Wednesday once again, and as you all know, usually on Wednesday it's my question and answer day. Answer them if I can. But I also want to thank everybody, all the Christmas cards we've gotten so far from everybody out there. There they are. Appreciate it. Kevin, I got your card and got your check. Thank you very much. I also got your picture. Yeah, Chuck and Sharon, I got all your stuff in here too. And Christmas, right? They say it's a great time of year, but to me it just seemed like a big headache. Yeah. Nothing like a good latte. And what else do we have here? That's crap. Sue's gone today. She got a doctor appointment this morning. When she gets back, seems to me I got some stuff to deliver. Phil, I got your stuff packed up here, so I'll be calling you. This is Tuesday for me, so I'll be calling Phil today and making arrangements to get his stuff delivered. I got Chuck and Sharon stuff up there. I got to get it dropped off. And also, I had a couple of emails here about shirts, extra shirts. And I am going to have, I think, wait a minute, let me get it. This is the only one I'll have left, and I think it's a short sleeve. Yeah, it is. It's a short sleeve. This is them right here. Can you see it? And everything. Can you see the color? Get an idea of the color of it, gray. I got an email a while back. Somebody sent me an email saying, hey, if you've got an extra 2X t-shirt, I'd like to have it. And I said, sure. He said, well, I'll be coming to the Villages in a day or two. He says, can we meet somewhere and have a beer and I'll pick the shirt up? I said, sure, absolutely. Well, that was like a week ago, and I haven't heard from the guy. So either he's here, not here, I don't know. I haven't heard from the guy, so I'm going to give him another day or two. And if I don't hear from the guy, then I'm going to go ahead and ship it out. So whoever it was that was interested in a 2X short sleeve t-shirt to support my channel, I am going to have one if I don't hear from this guy. So send me your email, let me know that you still want it, and then if I don't hear from this person in another day or two, then I'll be getting in touch with you. I'll send an email back to you and we'll get it all figured out. So just let me know so I can get this thing shipped out, because I'd like to get it to your house before Christmas. And it's getting so close now that it's iffy. So let me know if you want that t-shirt. 2X short sleeve t-shirt. They're $19.95, 20 bucks, and I'll get it out to you if I don't hear from the person that originally told me that they wanted to meet me somewhere and then do it that way. And I'm still willing to do that, but you got to let me know. I haven't heard anything. So anyway, I think I'm going to do my thank you subscribers. I've got a few. I'm pretty sure I got quite a few. I got to find them here. Here they are. Okay, I've got a few. I got a few to get out of the way. New subs. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm averaging, according to the analytics anyway, about 90 to 100 new subs a month. I appreciate every one of you. I'll explain a little bit about my channel. Hope you hang around. Andrea Huffer. Jerima. You guys do this to me on purpose. I know you do. Jerima Vise or Vise, V-E-S-E. Paula Perque, P-E-R-Q-U-E. Paula Perque. Florida Funproof. Dozer 011989. Ciricilla, C-I-R-I-C-I-L-L-O. Sir, I don't know, 333 has subscribed. Pinch Lynch, 13. Deborah Benjamin has subscribed. Paul Rambush, Kirk Ward, Dexter, 33321. Arthur Stevens has subscribed. Those are the new subscribers that I've received here recently. And I thank each and every one of you for subscribing to the channel. If you're interested in the villages or any retirement community in Florida, you'll get a lot of information here on my channel between me and my subscribers. And a lot of my subscribers also live here, that the questions that we answer about the villages are also the same answer for any other retirement community anywhere in Florida, because it's just Florida law. So just because maybe you're not going to retire to the villages, you might be interested in retiring, let's say, to, I don't know, on top of the world. A lot of our rules here, such as tax rates, things of that nature, golf cart rules and regulations, a lot of those kinds of things are apropos, as they say, in these other retirement communities also. 55 plus communities. Okay, I got a question here. It looks like a good one. Just got it in. It just showed up. Skip. This question is from MD873 at AOL.com. That's the name I got. Best guess, what would be the minimum cost of utilities if no one lived in a house on, say, a designer home, 1,900 square foot? There has to be a minimum electric cost. There probably is, but you're never going to be there, because the villages has rules when your house is gone. You have to maintain, I think the house temperature, people usually like 80 degrees, 81 degrees-ish in that area, because your air mover has to run. You can't shut it off. This is a tropical area. You shut that air mover off and you're going to get mold to start growing in your brand new house, and so you're not going to want to do that. Another reason is because most districts, my district has the rule, and I'm sure the other ones do too, that you have a yard light, little pole light, I don't know what you call them, it's a decorative yard light in your front yard. That has to be operational at all times. So at nighttime, the light has to work. So if you're going to be a part-timer and gone, say, 6 months out of the year, My suggestion would be on that light is to go to any place where you want to go, Home Depot, Lowe's, I don't care where you go, and get a nice low voltage, kind of like a LED or possibly a fluorescent type kind of small light to go in there. They last a long time, they very seldom burn out. And the light that'll be in your pole probably will be an incandescent bulb, and those things can just go out at any time. Well, if you're up north, then if somebody says something about it, then you're going to have to get your home watch guy, a maintenance guy, a neighbor, somebody's going to have to go out there and put a light bulb in it. So that's, if you just get the long lasting type, and do me a favor, don't buy one of them 100-watt things that's brighter than all Billy be damned, because when you're not here, those things are on at night. People coming home from the squares and stuff at night. This isn't a barnyard out here. You don't need to light up the whole neighborhood with one light bulb, and there's a lot of people that do that, and it's really, really distracting at night. So, but anyway, just get yourself one of those. Minimum cost. I don't know what minimum cost is. I guess you have to call Sumter County Electric Department and ask them, because I don't know. But I can tell you the electric cost here is like minimal anyway. On an average, I've got a roughly a 1,600 or so, 1,650, something like that, square foot home. And I live here full time, and our electric bill averages around 80 bucks a month, except for the summer months. The summer months when the air conditioner is literally running 24/7, my electric bill will go up to probably, I think my wife told me there was 1 month this year, it went up to like $150. So in the summer months it's higher, but still compared to where I come from, it's minimal cost. But you're going to have your water bill you got to pay, whether you're here or whether you're not here, because you got water sprinklers in the front yard. And if you're going to not be here in the summer months, you still got to water that grass. Because if it starts dying, people are going to complain, and that's part of your deed restrictions, that the lawn has to be maintained. What else? You're going to pay sewer too, because that's part of the water bill. You're going to pay monthly amenity fees, period, whether you're here or whether you're not here. In the newer homes right now, your amenity fees went up to like $159 a month, so that's got to be paid every month. You'll also pay trash pickup. It doesn't make any difference if you're here or not. That's part of the bill. You're going to pay for trash pickup, recycling pickup. On an average, insurance has got to be paid if you pay a figure about a month. On an average, we always figured it would be around $600 a month for your house to sit empty when we had our home, and we were part-timers. And it wasn't even 1,900 square feet either. It was like 1,200 square feet. It was a patio villa. And we figured about $500 to $600 a month sitting empty, with all the different things you got to pay. They have somebody maintain the yard, mow the grass, trim the hedges because you're not here. You don't want your yard to look like some kind of a forest, you know. Just stuff. But the electric bill, minimum in the summer months, because you're going to be running your air conditioner a lot if you're gone in the summer months. And I'm assuming you're talking about being a snowbird. It's going to be a little higher in the summer. I'd say if you keep it at 80 or so, probably safely your bill's going to be $100 a month. Wintertime would be less, but in summer months it'll be a little more, so I'm going to say $100 because you're not going to be here. But like I say, I don't know what minimum is on electric in Sumter County. And the villages is all over. Part of them's in Marion County, part of the villages is in Lake County, and they're all different electric companies. So I don't know what minimum charge is. You might be able to Google it. All right, Mike Q. All right, Mike Q. Are you the guy that's over by Arabia? That sounds familiar to me. Oh well, okay. Well, I got another subscriber just called in. Anna Cruz has subscribed. Bill Shappy, Shappy, has subscribed. Jill Hobgood has subscribed. Those just came in. My channel is informative. I give my opinion about a lot of things. My opinion is not law here. My opinion is just my opinion. I'm just going to tell you the way I see it. I show houses, pre-owned and new. I'll do a walkthrough, and what I do is I don't tell you about the whole house. I think that's redundant. But what I do is I point out special features in some of these homes that you may not see in every home. And some of these features you may like, some of them you may not, but that's why I point them out, to show you that here's something that you may be interested in, or you may not be interested in. Something to look for, maybe if you're coming down on a lifestyle visit, to possibly look about buying a home here. This is a retirement community. Even though there's a lot of young folks that live here full time, they're a problem. A lot of them are a problem. I shouldn't say they. A lot of them are a problem. 35-year-old kids living with their mother and father. 50-year-old kids living with their mom and dad. And it seems like as the village gets bigger, the problem's getting bigger. You need to be aware of those things. Just like Fenny, if you buy a house in the Fenny area, and I'm not bad-mouthing anything at all, but there's just certain things that in disclosure I think you should be aware of that I'm not sure that you are. And if you don't know to ask, why would you ask? You know, people always say, well, you got to ask these questions. You know, I've lived in a lot of places in this country, and one thing that I've never really thought about asking any realtor, really, when we're just looking at a house, is there a prison nearby? I mean, it's just one of them questions you don't think about asking that unless you actually see the prison. Well, in the Fenny area, there is. It's called Coleman Federal Prison down there. It probably isn't nothing to worry about, but you should be aware that there's one down there. There's also a lime pit, or a gravel pit, as we call them up north. And they blast down there so many times a month. I forget what it is. It was in the paper a while back. He's been licensed for the next 10 years to be able to blast up to like 4 times a month or something. Don't quote me on that. Just, you have to look at the information. So be aware that depending on where you buy your house, you may feel a little bit of vibration every now and then. I've talked to people that say they do feel that. I've talked to other people that say they don't feel that. So I think it's all about locale down there. So when you come down and you're looking at a house down there, a brand new house, you might ask your real estate person where that blasting is at compared to the location of your house. I would. That'd be me. Because before I bought any house, sometimes I would take days and I would drive the whole area. I wanted to see how the water flowed after a hard rain. I wanted to see all this stuff. I wanted to see the neighborhoods at night to see if they were peaceful, quiet, or was there some local yahoo living in a neighborhood that liked to party and turn his stereo on full blast at 10 o'clock at night. Now here, there's rules about that kind of thing. And I don't think you'll ever have that problem here, no. But just keep in mind that in the villages, this is not a 55 plus only retirement area. I think a lot of people get that confused. The rules say, and I get these rules they're kind of complicated, I think. One person living in the house full time has to be at least 55 years old. There's an 80-20% clause in there. Says 80% of the people in the villages have to fall under that rule. 20% of the people living inside the villages do not have to fall under that rule. But nobody under the age of 19 years old can live in the villages full time. So somebody's 14-year-old granddaughter cannot live here full time. They got to go. And there's a process that they'll go through to do that. But truly, a 20-year-old could live with, or 19-year-old for that matter, could live with grandma and grandpa full time. Do I agree with it? Absolutely not. I don't agree with it. Do I want to live next door to it? No, I don't. I mean, that's just the way I see it. Now, you may not be bothered by it. You may think that's just fine. That's you. Luckily, I don't live around any of that right here, and I'm glad I don't. So anyway, I want to thank all the new subscribers. You watch my channel, you're going to hear me blow off the lid just like I just done. I'm going to ramble. I'm going to tell you how things are. So when you come down here and you see something, you're not going to go, oh, well, I didn't know that. Yeah, you did. And you got to listen to what I say, because a lot of people sometimes will hear something I say, but then they'll repeat it and it's not what I said. So, you know, like people say that this is a gated community. It is not a gated community. If you've been here and if you drove around, you've seen the gates. What it actually is a community with gates. I never said a gated community. A community with gates. All the roads in and out of the villages are public roads. Anybody can use them. You don't need a card to get in or out. Residents have them because it's convenient. And it's a way of tracking somebody if they should happen to get lost and you call the police or whatever. A lot of elderly people here have memory problems, Alzheimer's, dementia, and how do I put it? They get loose. They get in the car, they take off. Well, the police can, if he's got his card and if he's using that card, when you go through these gates, they can track and see the direction that person's going. And that's a lot of what that's used for. No, it's not a gated community. Don't come in here thinking it is. It's not. It's open to the public. The squares are open to the public. There's really not much around here that's private anymore to residents. Residents receive a discounted rates at our country clubs, but our country clubs are open to the public. It hasn't created any kind of a problem, I don't think, but it's just, you should know this. The executive courses are not open to the public. You have to have a residence card or a visitor pass there to be able to play. And the resident has to make the tea time and then list you as his guest, but you still have to have that guest pass. So those are kind of restricted, but the championships, no. The restaurants are open to the public. Anybody can go in and out. So it's not a bubble. You hear that all the time saying you're in the bubble. It's not a bubble. The hospital, the village's hospital, is not a village's hospital. It's open to the public like any other hospital. So a friend of ours had to go to the hospital 3 days ago. She fell down and hurt herself and couldn't hardly walk. Ambulance picked her up. She requested to go to Leesburg Hospital because I think Leesburg Hospital is a better hospital than the village's hospital. And they told her she couldn't go to Leesburg Hospital because it was full. This is the problem you have in Florida with our hospitals down here. There's so many people that come down here that the hospitals are full and they're not taken anymore. So, you know, I do sometimes wonder if something should happen, you know, what's going to happen to me if I have a heart attack and Leesburg is full? Will they still take you? I don't know. And Leesburg is the heart hospital of choice here in the villages. I don't know. It's something you got to think about, just like I got to think about them. So anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. If you want a t-shirt, give me a line. Let me know. Double XL, short sleeve, and I'll get in contact with you if that person doesn't get in contact with me. So until then, on this gorgeous 58 degrees, sunny, it is a nice day. I'll see you all on the other side.